The Honorable President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind, and the First Lady, Srimati Savita Kovind, are approaching the dais. Please rise in the honor of the Honorable President and the First Lady. Aero India 21 prides itself.
We will speak right after the national anthem that's playing right now. Namaskara. Right, the sun that's top on our heads, but the spirit is held so high as we come to the closure of Aero India 2021. A very proud moment for India, for the entire aerospace and defense industry. As the first citizen of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind, along with the respected First Lady, Srimati Savita Kovind, are right here at the Bangalore Air Force Base, Yelahanka, for the valedictory ceremony of Aero India 2021. Of late, Aero India 2021 or this air show itself has emerged as a very, very important military event on a global scale. And here we are, and we have seen significant 3 days of this ceremony, and we shall join you back very soon after the President's address.
Yediyurappa ji, Honorable Ministers from Government of Karnataka, Honorable Members of Parliament, Chief of Defence Staff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a day of great honor for all of us that the President of India and the Supreme Commander of the Indian Forces has kindly consented to grace the valedictory function and bless all of us today in Aero India 2021. Sir, we feel privileged to welcome you from the core of our hearts. We also feel indebted to the First Lady of the country, Madam President, who has joined us here. We feel blessed and heartily extend red carpet to you in Aero India 2021. There cannot be a greater moment than this to bless a great cause that galvanizes the growth of Indian aerospace and defense sector in the country. I also feel honored to welcome Honorable Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh ji, who has been a guiding force throughout the event, right from the conception stage to the glorious culmination today. I would also like to welcome Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri B.S. Yediyurappa ji, whose support, whose guidance has been so valuable to us in organizing this event. Sir, Aero India started in 1996, and today in 2021, it is the 13th edition. This event has played a significant role over the years in giving impetus to the growth of Indian aerospace and defense industry. Due to COVID pandemic in this year, 2020, and so far, Aero India 21 has been organized as a core business event for 3 days from 3rd to 5th February in Bengaluru. It offered us a unique opportunity to showcase our manufacturing prowess and progress towards furthering the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Aero India 21 has been the world's first ever hybrid aero and defense exhibition. In order to maximize the reach and participation, the event has been conducted in the hybrid format with the concurrent virtual exhibition with integrated seminars, B2B interactions, product displays. Sir, notwithstanding the prevailing COVID constants, the dignitaries, delegates, and exhibitors from abroad and within the country have shown tremendous interest in the event. Altogether, 60 plus countries, including 28 Indian Ocean region countries, 540 companies, including 80 foreign companies, have participated in Aero India 21. I am of the firm conviction that Aero India 21 would help us in realizing our twin goals of achieving self-reliance and promoting exports in defense sector. Finally, I once again welcome you all and express my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable President of India for accepting our request to be the chief guest, sparing his valuable time and honoring us with his gracious presence. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we await to show our strength through the beam formation, which is an indigenous formation of 3 helicopters. If you will look towards your left, the formation of 3 helicopters is designated as beam. It is my privilege to request the Honorable Defence Minister of India, Sri Rajnath Singh Ji, to address the distinguished guests.
Honorable President, respected Ramnath Ji Kovind, the First Lady, Madam Savita Ji Kovind, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri Yadurappa Ji, Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, Secretary Defence Production, Sri Raj Kumar, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Illarigu Namaskara. At the outset, I express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable President of India, Sri Ramnath Ji Kovind, for consenting to grace the valedictory function of Aero India 2021. It is a great honor for all of us that the first citizen of the country and the Supreme Commander of the Indian Forces has participated and blessed the International Aerospace and Defense Exhibition. There cannot be a greater moment than this for the motivation of Indian armed forces and defense sector of the country. I feel privileged to inform that Aero India started in 1996, and today, in 2021, we are in the 13th edition. This event has played a critically important role over the years in addressing the issues of Indian aerospace and defense industry. It has played a very constructive role in India's emergence as one of the most rapidly growing economy in the field of aerospace and defense sector. Friends, Aero India has offered a unique platform not only to the Indian public and private sector industry, but to the global original equipment manufacturers to forge partnerships, showcase their products and technologies to the potential customers and investors. It has also provided market insights and has become a platform to announce new developments to further the business interests. The year 2020 was a difficult year for the entire world. The outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic brought with itself a great amount of difficulty and setback to the economies. India was no exception. It is really challenging for India to make quick strides towards attaining its economic potential. To give flip to its economic activities, Aero India 2021 will prove to be a milestone. Friends, despite COVID-19 constraints across the world, Aero India 21 has been immensely successful. This is evident as more than 16,000 people were attended Aero India physically and more than 4.5 lakh virtually. This platform hosted for 540 companies, including 84 foreign companies from 55 nations. This is nothing short of a spectacles, and I must add that 121 MOUs, 19 transfer of technology, 4 handing over, 18 product launch, and 32 major announcements is the vindication that Aero India 2021 has been a grand success. And icing on this cake is rupee 203 crore worth of orders backed by 45 MSMEs during the Aero India 21. This has been possible only because of the event was organized both physically and virtually. In this event, a huge India pavilion shows India's strong presence in the world of defense and aerospace. Our indigenous and collaborative technology demonstrated in it is important for the progress of aviation sector in both strategic and social spheres, not only in the present, but also in the future. This bodes well not only for the security and development of our nation, but also for the entire region. Friends, the Indian Ocean region has been of strategic importance for India. Security and growth for all in the region was envisaged by our Honorable Prime Minister in order to maintain peace, security in the region, and fulfill our combined business objectives. To achieve this vision of India, IOR, Defense Ministers Conclave, was also organized at the event. The broad theme of Conclave was enhanced peace, security, and cooperation in the Indian Ocean, in which ministers and delegates from around 28 countries ensured their active participation. In the conclave, various aspects related to synergizing the resources and efforts in the Indian Ocean region were deliberated. I strongly believe that there would be higher level of cooperation in the days to come among Indian Ocean region countries in all aspects of peace and security. Brothers and sisters, towards our objective of collaborative security for the region and beyond, a conclave of chiefs of air staff was also organized in this Aero India show. Air chiefs of about 19 countries participated in it. The conclave aimed at the exchange of ideas on themes of contemporary relevance in the aerospace domain. The conclave covered a wide spectrum of ideas, including impact of technological advances on future air warfare, effective utilization of aerospace power, specifically in the Indo-Pacific region, and effective use of aerospace power across land, sea, and space domains. Friends, in compliance with the clarion call of Atmanirbhar Bharat by the Honorable Prime Minister, we have taken several steps to make the country a major defense manufacturing hub. Today morning, there was an event organized under Innovation in Defense Excellence called Startup Manthan. The event showcased the innovative ideas projected by Indian soldiers coming right from the field under IDEX for Fauji and the innovative technology developed by startups. Today, I stood with the winners of IDEX Open Challenge, Disc 4, and the winners of the first IDEX for Fauji. Adoptive stealth by hyper-stealth technology and wall-penetrating radar by Lieutenant Deepak Suman Kumar are some of the success stories. They are success stories that can inspire many more. Friends, on the sidelines of Aero India 2021, 6th India-Russia Military Industrial Conference was also held. It was attended by Russian Deputy Minister of Industry and Trade and industry leaders from India and Russia. The MIC aimed to realize the overall objectives of developing India into a core center for defense manufacturing and maintenance, repair, and overhaul activities, which would have huge impact in enhancing the after-sales support of Russian origin equipment used by our armed forces. Now, a momentum has been created by forging partnership between Russian OEMs and the Indian industries. Another event called Bandhan was held, which was aimed at forging and renewing partnerships between business entities for collaboration and strategic information of the defense manufacturing sector in the country. In this event, about 201 business pacts were inked between Ordnance Factory Board, DPSUs, private defense companies, and foreign OEMs to enhance defense collaboration and cooperation, which would further strengthen the domestic defense ecosystem and give a boost to defense manufacturing and exports. Friends, various seminars on wide-ranging topics of relevance were also organized on the sidelines of Aero India 2021, which enriched our services, industry, MSVs, and startups. I believe that with all such events, Aero India 2021 would help in realizing our twin goals of self-reliance and exports, and in attaining our target of achieving a turnover of rupees 1,75,000 crore, including export of rupees 35,000 crore in aerospace and defense goods and services by the year 2024. Friends, in the last few years, all the three wings of our armed forces have given significant support of our mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat. From battle tanks, submarines, to the purchase of aircraft, our services have played an important role in promoting the domestic industry. The recent purchase of 83 Tejas LCA worth approximately 48,000 crore by HL for Indian Air Force is a great example of this. Brothers and sisters, I would like to reiterate here what I have mentioned on earlier occasions also. By self-reliance, we do not mean to be isolated from the world or act as a closed economy. It actually seeks to promote globalization by making India a more competitive player on the global stage and inviting the global companies to set up shops in India. We are going to invest around $130 billion towards enhancing security by military modernization in the next 7 to 8 years. Friends, the success of the Aero India show presents a glimpse of the opportunities and possibilities in India. I warmly welcome and invite all of you to establish your ventures here for the purpose of peace, security, cooperation, collaboration, balance, and joint business interests. In this country, I believe that every step taken by you in the field of defense manufacturing will prove fruitful for all of us. With this, I would like to thank all the ministers, foreign delegates, business leaders, and exhibitors from India and abroad for making this show a memorable event. I'm sure that the 3-day event of Aero India 2021 has stimulated good business and contracts among firms, in addition to constructive discussions among all stakeholders. The success of the event would not have been possible without the tremendous support of the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri B.S. Yedurappa ji, and his hard-working team. I thank the entire team led by the Chief Minister of Karnataka for extending their immense cooperation that enabled a smooth and successful conduct of Aero India 2021. Friends, I also want to thank Secretary Department of Defense Production, Ministry of Defense, and his team who have worked tirelessly right to the minute set details, and have been instrumental in the success of Aero India 2021. I also want to extend my heartfelt thanks and congratulations to CMD HAL, Mr. Madhavan, and his team for organizing such a grand international event successfully. I also recognize the contribution of CMD BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, in extending warm hospitality. I also extend my gratitude to national and international media for the distinguished coverage on the Aero India 2021. I once again express my sincere thanks to Honorable President of India for sparing his valuable time and honoring us with his gracious presence. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Raksha Mantri sir, for your inspiring words and stellar leadership. We feel proud with a sense of achievement that India has shown the world the model to reinvent the rules of business in the new normal. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great privilege to invite our esteemed chief guest, the Honorable President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind, to deliver his address.
Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri B.S. Yedurappa ji, Union Minister for Defence, Sri Rajnath Singh ji, Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat ji, Secretary Defence Production, Sri Rajkumar ji, distinguished participants and guests. I am delighted to be here today among you all for the valedictory ceremony of the 13th edition of Aero India and to witness the grand international Aero show. The participation of defense ministers and senior defense officials from several nations and many business leaders from around the world has added a significant value to this event. I am sure that the delegates would have experienced the vibrant energy of a new India and witnessed our vast capabilities as well as many opportunities that our country offers in the defense and aerospace sectors. I am also sure that this event provided the participating nations and industries an ideal platform to exchange ideas and forge partnerships. Ladies and gentlemen, the past year has been a time of unprecedented hardships due to COVID-19. Its adverse impacts have been felt on all walks of life over the world. Despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, I am happy that Aero India 2021 has been organized successfully. It has been held without compromising its spirit while following the COVID-appropriate norms. Here I want to praise the courage and bravery of the Indian Air Force and our pilots for displaying exemplary professionalism in protecting India's skies and strengthening the country's defense. Aero India 2021 has been an unprecedented success. I am told that high-level delegations from 43 countries and exhibitors from 530 companies have participated in the event. Many more across the world got associated with the event virtually, which is the world's first mega event of this kind to be held in the hybrid format. I have also been informed that 201 new business partnerships have been developed in the form of MOUs, agreements and collaborations among various nations and companies. Our Union Defence Minister and Karnataka Chief Minister and their teams deserve an enthusiastic ovation for their hard work. Also, the delegates, participants and business leaders who have traveled long distances and ensured the success of this event, they all deserved special appreciation. I have been told that a conclave of defense ministers of Indian Ocean region on the theme of enhanced peace, security and cooperation in the Indian Ocean was organized on the margins of Aero India 2021. It is a matter of great significance that as many as 28 IOR countries participated in it. India has always been an ardent advocate of universal peace and development. IOR is an important reason because of its rich natural resources and strategic location. We have floated the idea of Sagar, which stands for security and growth for all in the region, to promote cooperation in the Indian Ocean region. It is important that IOR nations focus on fostering political, economic, cultural, and defense cooperation. We have always been ready to share our expertise and resources with all IOR nations for planning and coordination in humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. After the COVID-19 outbreak, under Operation Sagar 1, we reached out to our neighbors and assisted them with medical teams, medicines, as well as diagnostic kits, ventilators, masks, globes, and other medical supplies. In keeping with India's stated commitment to use its vaccine production and delivery capacity to help the entire humanity fight the COVID-19 pandemic, supplies under grant assistance to our friendly foreign nations have already begun. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chiefs of the Air Staff Conclave was another highlight of this event. I am pleased to note that deliberations focusing on areas of mutual interest were very fruitful and would help in creating a peaceful world order. Startup Manthan, the annual event for defense startups, has also drawn significant attention. Innovations for Defense Excellence, that is IDEX, was launched in 2018 to encourage innovators, entrepreneurs, MSMEs, and startups to engage with the defense establishment and solve military challenges. Through this platform, many startups are developing new technologies and products for military use. This is helping us develop indigenous innovation and self-reliance in defense technologies. In the 29 innovation challenges issued by the Indian military and defense public sector undertakings, and from over 1,200 applications from startups, around 100 winners referred to as IDEX innovators have been selected so far. The father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, had planted the seeds of Swadeshi and self-reliance during our freedom struggle. Now we have renewed this pledge and are making determined efforts with Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan by giving a fresh impetus in this direction with strategic policy measures backed by time-bound actions. Our vision is to create a robust economy and infrastructure alongside developing competitive supply chains and integrate them globally. Ladies and gentlemen, the reforms initiated in India in the last 6 years offer unprecedented opportunities to investors and private companies in the defense and aerospace sectors. We have taken a number of policy initiatives aimed at placing India among the top nations in the defense sector with twin objectives of self-reliance and export promotion. Among measures aimed at transforming India into a major defense manufacturing hub are notification of a negative list of 101 items, reforms in defense procurement policies and procedures, liberalization of the industrial licensing requirements, increase of FDI in the defense sector up to 74% through the automatic route and 100% through the government route, simplifying and offering incentives to offset discharges, streamlining export authorization procedures and approving export of major indigenous weapons like the Akash missiles. I have also been informed that with consistent FDI reforms, the foreign investment in the defense and aerospace sectors has grown by 200% in the last 5 years. The government is focused on promoting the ease of doing business to encourage manufacturers to set up units in India. The defense sector has also been witnessing steady liberalization. Industrial licensing requirements have been eliminated for a number of items. The processes for industrial license and export authorizations have been simplified and made online. To facilitate establishment of defense industries and give impetus to the MSMEs, 2 defense corridors have been established in the states of Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. All these efforts are expected to unleash a huge potential of job creation in the country while taking India into the path of self-reliance in defense production. The tremendous growth of India's strength in aerospace in recent years may be fathomed from the development of the new indigenous light combat aircraft, that is Tejas. I am happy to note that Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has got the orders for 83 Tejas aircraft from Indian Air Force valued at more than rupees 48,000 crore. I am also told that capacity of LCA production at HAL is being enhanced. Aero India 2021 is a living proof of India's ever-growing strength in the defense and aerospace sectors at the global level. The event has exhibited that the global confidence in India's capabilities is growing steadily. Today, India is not just a market, but is also a land of immense opportunities for the whole world, including in the defense sector. I am confident that the 13th edition of Aero India will contribute significantly towards strengthening India's self-reliance in the defense sector as well as establishing India as a manufacturer for the whole world. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Please rise for the national anthem.
We have just witnessed the valedictory function of Aero India 2021 presided over by the first citizen of India, the President, Honorable Sri Ramnath Kovind. Behind me is the Air Force band, and of course it definitely gave a high to be rising up as a crowd with the national anthem and with, of course, the flying birds, the iron birds in the skies, bringing this fantastic three-day event on a global scale. The aerospace and defense hub, that is Aero India 2021, drawing to a close after 3 glorious days. We witnessed the Sukhois, the Surya Kirans and the Tejas light combat aircrafts and helicopters, all of them taking their flight. People, even citizenry, trying to get as much as they can and watching these iron birds in flight. But also significantly, Aero India means a boost for India's manufacturing capabilities, also business prospects. It's a great event for Air Force and aviation enthusiasts. And as the Raksha Mantri, Sri Rajnath Singh, mentioned, there was also business conducted, and he mentioned that orders were 203 crore rupees backed by 45 small and medium scale enterprises. This also is one of the highlights. It speaks of livelihood options, job options that comes as a byproduct of these orders that are being sealed. One of the high points, of course, was the light combat aircraft order that was backed by India's very own plane maker, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. HAL getting this and the Defence Cabinet approving this decision, and this was announced at the curtain raiser. And of course, the mood here in this place in Indian Air Force Base, Yelahanka, is of quiet jubilation. The fact that in the midst of a global pandemic, India could pull off a gala, an extravaganza, if we can call it, of the aerospace defense sector to this scale. So with the music just right behind us were the Indian Air Force band, and of course the audience joining us with the masks in place and COVID protocol, all this has been very much part of the spirit. In fact, right now the audience is applauding the Indian Air Force band and the pilots, the crew, the people from the flights. In fact, their families must be having a very, very proud moment. As far as India's strategic importance of the Aero India ceremony itself, it has further strengthened its power in the Indian Ocean region, IOR. India has hosted 28 defense ministers, and as the President also mentioned in his speech, that is something that secures India's position and its efforts in the neighborhood. Aero India 2021 has filled people with renewed hope. Though the public at large could not really join in, but as much as possible, there have been lakhs of people, 5 lakh at last count. So on that high note, we leave you with pictures and images of Aero India 2021. You can also catch this tomorrow on Doordarshan, all channels, a consolidated report of all the 3 days for 1 hour from 7:30 p.m. onwards. You could inform your near and dear ones. But it's been a great initiative, and of course working with the teams of Doordarshan, beaming it out to DD Bharati, DD India and all the South channels, Podigai, Puducherry and Chandana. And with that, it's time for me, Vasanthi Hariprakash, to sign off from this commentary box here. Namaskara, Vanakkam and Namaskar, Salam.
ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮನೋರಂಜನೆ ತುಂಬಿದೆ. ಈ ದ್ವೈವಾರ್ಷಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಭಾರತ ರಕ್ಷಣಾ ಸಚಿವಾಲಯ, ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಾಯುಪಡೆ, DRDO, HAL ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಭಾರತೀಯ ವಾಯುಪಡೆಯ 89ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ಏರೋ ಶೋ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನವು ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಚೇತನವನ್ನು ತುಂಬಲಿದೆ.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the third and culminating day of Aero India 2021, we are indeed privileged to have you here this bright and sunny afternoon. The Honorable President of India, Sri Ramnath Kovind, is the chief guest today. Over the last 2 days, we have witnessed scintillating flypasts and static displays by some of the most advanced air forces of the world, including the Indian Air Force. We are proud to announce that over the last 2 days, pilots and aircraft have flown 89 air displays, 31 flypast, and 24 customer demonstration flights.
देवियों एवं सज्जनों, त्रिदिवसीय एयर इंडिया के 13वें आयोजन के आज अंतिम दिवस पर हमारे जांबाज पायलट आपके समक्ष एक बार फिर अत्याधुनिक स्वदेशी ध्वनि से भी तेज चलने वाले विभिन्न विमानों की उड़ान प्रदर्शनी प्रस्तुत करेंगे। आज के हमारे समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि हैं हमारे राष्ट्र भारत के राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद जी। आज की उड़ान प्रदर्शनी के अंतर्गत हमारे वीर वायु योद्धा विभिन्न वायुयानों के कुशल संचालन व उनकी क्षमता के प्रदर्शन द्वारा राष्ट्र की हवाई सुरक्षा हेतु संकल्प व प्रतिबद्धता से आपको परिचित भी कराएंगे तथा आश्वस्त भी कराएंगे। व्योम के उर में समाया जो असीमित है अंधेरा और जिसने विश्व को 2 बार क्या 100 बार है घेरा, उस तिमिर का नाश करने के लिए मैं अखिल प्रण हूं, एक वायुवीर दीपक किरण कण हूं। और अब समय आ गया है उन रोमांचक क्षणों का जिनके लिए हजारों आंखें आसमान की ओर टकटकी लगाए प्रतीक्षा कर रही हैं। कुछ ही क्षणों में हमारे साहसी पायलट आपके समक्ष उन हवाई कारनामों को प्रस्तुत करने जा रहे हैं जिनका आप लंबे समय से इंतजार कर रहे हैं।
Ladies and gentlemen, after the majestic display of colors and synchronicity by the mighty aircraft on the inventory of Indian Air Force and the US Air Force in the morning, we will now take you back to the skies to witness yet another scintillating flying display. Commencing the air display will be the Hindustan Turboprop Trainer HTT-40. The mighty Sukhoi 30 MKI will be next to take to the skies. The light combat aircraft and the light combat helicopter will display their capabilities thereafter. The skies above you will then be lit up by a display that's made its debut in Aero India 2021. The Noel integrated display by the Surakaran and the Sarang helicopter display teams of the Indian Air Force.
We heard the phone ringing loud and clear, and I must emphasize that it is something that we discourage. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, may I request all of you to please switch off your mobile phones for the duration of the flying display. Your marvelous personal communicators have a tendency to interfere with the communication and navigation systems that are in use here on the ground and as well as in the aircraft on display. In any case, this is the time for you to forget about your social media accounts and focus on the magnificent machines in the blissful sky above. Also, during the course of the flying display, you will hear and observe flares being dispensed. Please don't be alarmed or let your attention be diverted, as these are to scare away birds. So do keep your attention riveted to the proceedings. And last but not the least, should anything unfortunate happen, please do not panic, stay calm. Our well-trained teams are in position to cope with the requirements. Allow them to handle the emergencies in the best and most professional manner.
and gentlemen, that was the mighty Sukhoi 30 MKI that just taxied out and is waiting. Till then, let me tell you once again what is the plan for the scintillating flying display for today afternoon. Commencing the air display will be the Hindustan Turboprop Trainer, HTT-40. The mighty Sukhoi 30 MKI will be the next to take to the skies. The light combat aircraft and the light combat helicopter will display their capabilities thereafter. The skies above you will then be lit up by a display that's made its debut in Aero India 2021. The integrated display by the Suryakiran and the Sarang helicopter display teams of the Indian Air Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flying display for the evening will commence with a short display by Hindustan Turbo Trainer 40. Hindustan Turbo Trainer 40 is a twin-seat tandem trainer designed and developed by Aircraft Research and Design Center of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The aircraft is designed to meet the Indian Air Force's requirement of a basic trainer. Once in service, it would train young rookie pilots of the Indian Armed Forces. HTT-40 is powered by Honeywell TPE 331 turboprop engine that drives a Hatzel 4-bladed propeller. The aircraft is a low-wing monoplane with trapezoidal platform. It's fitted with modern avionics suite comprising attitude and heading reference system, indigenously built GPS system, HAL developed VOR ILS TechHunt receiver, twin radio communication sets, etc. It has two smart panel displays as primary flight displays and an engine indication and crew alert system. HTT-40 has been designed for a max speed of 300 knots. The max altitude capability is 20,000 feet. The aircraft is designed to perform all aerobatic maneuvers necessary for training the rookie pilots. It's designed to withstand plus 6G and minus 3G, which is very contemporary. Today's flight is being flown by Group Captain K.K. Venugopal, Chief Test Pilot, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Bangalore, and Group Captain Murthy. In today's display, after the takeoff, the aircraft will demonstrate its high angle of attack handling in an abrupt slowdown. It will then demonstrate a barrel roll to the left and then position for a demonstration of its roll performance. The aircraft will then carry out a short landing using a reverse thrust, which is a unique feature available of this engine propeller combination. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now wait for the aircraft to take off. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep looking to your left. You will see the HTD-40 commencing the display. The pilot has got the go-ahead, clearance by the display control, and he will now do a roller takeoff. Please keep looking to your left. After the takeoff, the aircraft will turn left. Ladies and gentlemen, there you see the HTD-40 doing a roller takeoff. Notice the pilot has retracted the undercarriage and is now climbing to an altitude of 500 feet for the display. There she goes. Ladies and gentlemen, can we request you to give HTD a huge round of applause now? The Hindustan turbo trainer will now demonstrate its low-speed handling capability. Ladies and gentlemen, please look to your right. You can see the aircraft coming for a slow speed, high angle of attack maneuver. This displays the confidence with which the pilot is able to fly the aircraft close to the stall speed. The aircraft behavior at slow speeds is good, and the recovery characteristics from a start are excellent. There you see the aircraft stalling, and now it's recovered. Having started as HAL's own program, the Hindustan Turbotrainer 40 quietly underwent design and development since 2015. The first prototype performed its first experimental flight on 31st May 2016. Now the HTT is in final stages of flight testing. All the tests are complete and the aircraft is in the final stages of spin trials. The aircraft has successfully tested 6-turn spin to right and left and is at the threshold of certification. The HTT represents continuous and determined hard work of a young team of designers, engineers and managers. It's in fact a standing testimony of HAL's continued endeavor towards indigenous aircraft and system design and development. Ladies and gentlemen, now look to your left. The The aircraft is now approaching for a roll pulse. The aircraft is now maintaining a speed of around 180 knots. The HAL design complex, which has designed this aircraft, is headed by Mr. Arup Chatterjee, and Mr. K.K. Singh is the general manager of the aircraft research and design. This aircraft is designed by a young team of designers comprising key disciplines such as aerodynamic structures, propulsion, avionics, electrical and mechanical system. The average age of this design is around 35 years. Ladies and gentlemen, now look to your left. The pilot is now positioning for a demo of the roll performance through 270 degrees. Pilot will smartly cover, hard turn left and position for carrying out a roll to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, now look to your left. The pilot is now positioning for a demo of the roll performance to the left. There is the aircraft carried out a 270-degree roll to the left. Happy to announce the Government of India and Indian Air Force have initiated the procurement process yesterday by formally seeking a proposal to Hindustan Aeronautics Limited for supply of quantity 106 HTT-40 trainer aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, the pilot, having completed the profile, is coming in for landing. Please look to your left. The aircraft is flying in a westerly direction to position itself for a short landing. Ladies and gentlemen, please look to your left. The HTT-40 is on short finals for a landing. The pilot has executed an overshoot and a last-minute change of plan. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for the HTT and the team that has developed it? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after that marvelous performance by the HTT-40, taking to the skies of Bengaluru this afternoon to mesmerize you is the mighty Sukhoi 30 MKI. We are sure you noticed the aircraft taxi by a little earlier. The aircraft that you see is from the 30 Squadron, the Rhinos. There she goes, ladies and gentlemen, taking to the air in all her might and turning left. The aircraft will now position for a maneuver called the Loop Tumble-Yo. A maneuver that's extremely complex and seemingly impossible is a forte of this aircraft. Look on, ladies and gentlemen, as she commences her pull-up into the loop. And as she reaches the top of her perch in the loop, she is inverted, moving in to the tumble and the yaw. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the aircraft bidding goodbye to all known laws of aerodynamics. The flanker is now positioning to fly along the runway from your right and execute a series of rolls, displaying her agility in the air. Look on, ladies and gentlemen, as the aircraft aligns with the runway and passes before the dais, executing the rolls in the air. Now position the aircraft onto your left for a maneuver called the low-speed run along the runway. This maneuver allows the bird to slide behind a slower adversary. Look on as she runs in from your left, abounding in grace and poise. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Time standing still as she tiptoes past you at just about 200 kilometers per hour. That can turn quickly even at low speeds is a nightmare for any adversary. The captain will now demonstrate the low-speed turn capability of this marvelous aircraft. Turning through 360 degrees with a radius of turn merely 450 meters, the Sukhoi 30 MKI is invincible in a dogfight. Earlier and missed some of the finer details of the Loop Tumble-Yo, we have for you once again the spectacular Loop Tumble-Yo, and this time the captain will position the aircraft head-on to the dais. There she goes, ladies and gentlemen, pulling up into the loop, climbing into the skies above you, inverted, entering the tumble, and the yaw.
Sukhoi 30. The captain will now make the aircraft stand in the air, static, 25 tons of machinery and 2 human beings in the skies above you. The captain now makes the aircraft slide backwards, tail first, before recovering for the next maneuver. The aircraft will now position to your right for a loop, drawing the letter O in the skies above you. The captain will now bring the mighty aircraft in for a high-speed run from your left, displaying the ferocity of the aircraft. Do not be deceived, ladies and gentlemen, by the noiseless dash. Sounds of thunder are never far behind when the flanker is around. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now lowered the undercarriage of the aircraft and will bring the mighty bird in for a landing. Look on to your left as the mighty flanker approaches the runway, all confidence and poise. Continue to look at the bird and you will see how gracefully the wheels kiss the earth as she touches down on the runway. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the mighty Sukhoi 30 MKI, combining the ruggedness of Russian technology and Western avionics, but inside her beats a heart that's truly Indian. Ladies and gentlemen, the aircraft that you just saw is in service with the 30 Squadron, the Rhinos. In the captain's seat today was Group Captain Parminder Antil, the commanding officer of 30 Squadron, and in the rear cockpit was Squadron Leader G.M.B. Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the mighty Sukhoi and the air crew.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you look straight ahead, you can see that the Surikirans are taxing out one after the other. And in a short while from now, you will see them taking off to present a display along with Sarang Helicopter Display Team.
Sukhoi 30 MTI, we are proud to present to you a major success story of Indian aerospace industry, the protector of the Indian skies, the light combat aircraft Tejas. After decades of research and development by countless number of exceptional individuals, the Tejas was finally born in the Indian Air Force in 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, dare to see the Tejas? Ladies and gentlemen, look to your right as the Tejas will now dive up, touching the sky with glory. The pilot of the aircraft today is Group Captain Manish Tolani. Please look to your right as Tolly has commenced the half turn. And there she goes up, pulling into the blue skies. Look to your right as the aircraft inverts and will come down again for the next series of maneuver. Please brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen, to your right for the hesitation roll. The aircraft will carry out a 4-point roll and stops each time over. Ladies and gentlemen, in front of you, the 4-point roll. There she goes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not stopping to enthrall you, she will soon be pulling up again to execute the vertical pitchback. Watch her curves as she goes up into the lovely skies of Bengaluru. Diving down again as she sees an adversary and starts turning like a beast. Tolly will now be building up for a potential hard turn. From all of us, let me remind you of the decades of effort which has gone into making this program a resounding success. Tolly will now be positioning himself for a red-eye turn. Please look to your left as Tolly prepares to push the aircraft to the other end of the envelope. As the aircraft now performs its left wing over, ladies and gentlemen, please look ahead as the aircraft will now position itself square to the dials for the enthralling maneuver, the vertical Charlie. And there she goes up, pulling into the skies, showing off her curves and the Delta platform. Watch her roll as she touches the sky with glory. Executes the turn like turning tide on a racetrack within a few hundred meters. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for CO 18 sponsor. Well enthralled, are you? But wait, there is more to look ahead. Please keep looking to your left as very soon the pilot will be knocking off some knots to greet this wonderful gathering and march past you at a staggering snail's pace. Can you guess the speed? Tejas is so slow at a speed of 120 knots that even the wind stops to stare. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep looking to your right as the aircraft will now perform a series of rapid rolls, flaunting its agility. To your right, the light combat aircraft Tejas. Look carefully as the aircraft will invert and greet all of you in the Spider-Man style and roll over. Let me tell you something about the pilot of the aircraft today. The aircraft is being flown by Group Captain Manish Talani, fondly known as Dolly, CEO of 18 Squadron Flying Bullet. He is a Cat A qualified flying instructor. As Dolly breaks off and prepares to land, let me tell all of you that with the induction of the Tejas in the Indian Air Force in particular, as a whole has come a long way in indigenization and self-reliance with enhanced capabilities. In terms of envelope expansion, the aircraft will now come for a landing. As the Tejas lands in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for the light combat aircraft, Tejas.
As magnificent as Tejas display in the air to something as magnificent as on ground. Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments from now, Suryakiran aerobatic team will take off in front of you. The first wing will be led by Suryakiran 1, that is by Group Captain Anup Singh, Vayu Sena Medal. On his right will be Suryakiran 2 with Wing Commander Udit Mehta. On his left will be Suryakiran 3 with Wing Commander Atul Yadav. Streaming right behind him will be Suryakiran 4, 5 and 6. That is Wing Commander Mayank Nautiyal, Squad Leader Aman Salaria and Wing Commander Nikhil Bhatt. Following close to them will be Suryakiran 7 with Squad Leader Abhijit Singh. On his right will be number 8. Flying number 8 will be Squad Leader Navjot Singh. On his left will be number 9 with Wing Commander Ajay Dashrathi.
to your left, and there you can see the Sarang helicopter display team taking off in India formation. Captain of Sarang 1 is Wing Commander Girish Komar, and his co-pilot is Flight Lieutenant Dhanvi. Pilot of Sarang 4 is Squadron Leader Adarsh Thakur with Wing Commander Niket. Piloting Sarang 3 is Squadron Leader Ravish, and his co-pilot is Squadron Leader Veer. Captain of Sarang 2 is Wing Commander Sridhar with Wing Commander Sneha. Till then, look to your left, and there comes the light combat helicopter.
अपनी क्षमता तथा तकनीक का प्रदर्शन करते हुए
Ladies and gentlemen, you must have noticed the rapid pull-up of this aircraft, which is the unique ability of the rotor. As you can see, this flying machine has sufficient reserve of engine power and rotor thrust.
लाइट कॉम्बैट एयरक्राफ्ट दुनिया का एकमात्र ऐसा हेलीकॉप्टर है जो कि दुनिया के सबसे ऊंचे युद्ध क्षेत्र सियाचिन ग्लेशियर में उड़ान भरने के साथ उन ऊंचाइयों पर लैंडिंग में टेक ऑफ करने के अलावा दुश्मन पर निशाना साधने व हमला करने की क्षमता रखता है।
Here she is, the LCH right in front of you.
शक्ति इंजन के साथ चिन माउंटेड गन, 68 mm रॉकेट, एयर टू एयर तथा एंटी टैंक मिसाइलों का संयोजन इसे और घातक बनाते हैं। यह एक मल्टी रोल हाई एल्टीट्यूड अटैक हेलीकॉप्टर है जो प्रतिकूल वातावरण में भी सुगमता तथा दक्षता से कार्य कर सकता है। इसका संकीर्ण फ्यूजलाज, डिजिटल कैमोफ्लेज, न्यूनतम कंपन के साथ स्थिर उड़ान इसे विलक्षण रूप प्रदान करते हैं।
The helicopter now performs some sideward movement parallel to the runway. This beast of a combat machine is armed to its teeth with stunning array of weapons. The light combat helicopter is now moving rearward and will attain high speed, made possible due to its unique hingeless rotor. Conventional helos cannot perform this maneuver as crisply, as swiftly as the LCH, and now you can see her going tail up. You will now see the light combat helicopter positioning itself for small stall turns. This breathtaking beauty, the LCH, surely teases as it goes away. Now look for its breathtaking steep climb, where the speed has bled off to zero. And the beast turned with its tail rotor in front of you. It is an extremely difficult maneuver for most helicopters, but LCH just did it with considerable ease. Ladies and gentlemen, this aircraft has the markings of a winner as it is poised to perform its signature maneuver one more time, the sharp rudder turn.
भारतीय हिंदुस्तान एरोनॉटिक्स लिमिटेड द्वारा विकसित तथा निर्मित हेलीकॉप्टर्स की हवाई हमले, परिवहन, युद्ध के दौरान सामरिक मदद, दुश्मनों की तलाश और राहत, आपदा तथा बचाव कार्यों में अहम भूमिका है। एडवांस लाइट हेलीकॉप्टर ALH, लाइट यूटिलिटी हेलीकॉप्टर LUH के पश्चात लाइट कॉम्बैट हेलीकॉप्टर भारत को नई पंक्ति में ला खड़ा करा है।
And with the surprise element, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to see a spectacular and the combined display by Sarang Helicopter Display Team and the Suryakiran Aerobatic Display Team of the Indian Air Force.
The Suryakiran team made an entry in Aero formation, and you just witnessed the left and the rightmost members tucking in to form a diamond in the sky.
And after Suryakiran, there are Sarangs made an entry in wine glass formation, now pulling up. Both the teams have pulled up, and what better way to start the combined display while symbolizing the motto of the Indian Air Force, touch the sky with glory. With this maneuver, the team leaders are saluting the nation. Today, leading the Suryakiran team is Group Captain Anup Singh, Vayusena Medal, and Sarang team is being led by Wing Commander Girish Komal. Sarangs have just turned in towards the left, making an English letter I in the sky. This I stands for you, me, our motherland, and for these indigenously developed helicopters. So here it is, Sarangs in India formation.
Till then, the Suryakiran team approaching from your left 10 o'clock. You can see the left and the right members moving ahead and flying abreast with the leader. With this, the team has formed the Delta formation. Ladies and gentlemen, the Delta formation from your left.
Your gaze, ladies and gentlemen, once again towards the left. Sarangs are in for something very, very special made for this day. On the leader's command, here comes Sarang in diamond formation. Coming in from your left this time, Sarangs coming in, marking the Aero India 2021 with a diamond formation. And oh my God, that's definitely a surprise. All of a sudden, number 4 pulled up, going for the stall turn. I'm sure he's propagating the social distancing norms.
Till then, moving in from your left, the Suryakiran team in Made in India light combat aircraft agents formation.
As Suryakiran approach you, Sarang 4 is making a short exit, ladies and gentlemen. You can wave at them, wish them a good luck, as they will be back in the arena soon. It's Sarangs once again. Immediately now set your gaze straight ahead. Coming in from your right, Sarang 1, 2 and 3 are positioning for the team's signature maneuver, the Dolphins Leap. This maneuver requires a very high degree of skill achieved by strict mind and body coordination. All three helicopters flying abreast will pull up in the vertical plane and carry out a synchronized toe turn to the left. Like a dolphin in the ocean, Sarangs and Dolphins Leap.
And joining the Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Sukhoi. Yes, you can see the Surikirans approaching from your left, and they have formed a formation which is the Sukhoi formation.
System integrated version with its air-to-air and air-to-ground weaponry along with the modern avionics is one amongst the lethal arm platforms with the IAF today. The flexibility of this aircraft has been time tested from buried operations to swerve displays. And now, as we are positioning straight ahead, coming in from your right, this time it's Sarangs and Surikirans.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the left and the right members of Surikiran team have moved out. With this, the Surikirans are performing exclusively for the helicopter fleet of the Indian Air Force and specially for the Sarangs. Yes, the next depiction of Surikirans is of a rotor, signifying the motto of Sarangs, but for the rotors, we have been closer. Ladies and gentlemen, the rotor formation from your left.
And for Sarangs, we are standby for the leader's call.